Before I proceed with this video, I understand it might be a little bit too long for some of you. So if there's a certain skin right here that's caught your eye that you really want to go ahead and get a good look at immediately, well, just consider looking in the description right now, scroll down, and you'll see our provided chapters. So if you truly wish to skip ahead, the options provided, just look in the description. Right, where's Valentine's? Well, it didn't happen. I did sit here and say you should basically only expect 1 week. There's certainly more than enough skins to go around that could have been, that could have been easily a second week, but no, that is not the case. We have returned to a standard normal Rust store, and that's going to be the case until we have Easter, which will probably take a good few weeks from now. So, all right, cool. Back to some more primitive looking theme skins, along with some interesting, extra colourful looking designs. Very cool. Right, so shall we get started? Shall we begin and try and figure out which of these skins are abnormal? Well, it's all of them except the hammer. Yep, only the hammer is not abnormal this week. So, all right, fair enough. That was very quick. Well, yeah, of course. So, all right. No Valentine's. Bit awkward. I know a lot of people were kind of hoping for it. I know a lot of people that really didn't want that to happen, but hey, it didn't happen. So, Lunar New Year got 2 weeks. Is Easter still only going to get 2 weeks? Could that get free? Last year Halloween got free. Christmas got free. We'll find out what happens with Easter. But with what we have here, some interesting looking designs and some funny coincidences. I think with last week I sat there and said, hey, look, caps. We hardly ever see those being made and accepted. That crown is a cap. And another jacket with transparency in the front. I mean, it goes well with the crown. Cool. Did we get a cape as a Twitch drop last year that looked exactly like that? Oh dear. Okay, well that happened. Black Ops has returned. Very nice to see. Another backpack. But this one is night themed. And there's an interesting detail. It's kind of light brown. Obviously it's got the blue and the white. Do you reckon people might want to use that instead of the Nomad backpack? Interesting detail. So, consider it. This large box is actually a small box. It sure is. And a hammer. Yes, we were discussing this. Like, back when we had the Harbour Seal hammer, were we going to see a lot more hammers this year? Was it going to become reality? And, well, here's the second hammer of 2025. Last year, we only got, 2 marketable hammers? Yes. No, was it? No, two. And, well, we've already reached 2 so far this year. If we end up with quite a lot more, that Harbour Seal hammer might be in a bit of trouble. But if this is it, and then maybe a couple more Twitch drops and whatnot, it should still be right. So that'll be a talking point. Protector doors have another continuation. What do we have right there in front of us? The protector garage door. Glows in the dark, and it has transparency. So that is also looking to be pretty interesting. And of course, we'll be showcasing all of these skins ever so nicely. So just to quickly get the details out, this Rust store rotated obviously later compared to the previous week. This rotated at like 9 PM London time, whereas last week it happened at like 4, 5. So the amount of sales that we've seen so far, not that much. But if you understand the context of when these skins were, when they appeared, when the Rust store rotated, it would make sense, I'm sure. Cool. Right then, so shall we just kind of go through all these skins now and, showcase them, discuss them? Right, let's begin. So we've got a lovely regal, awesome looking design. That is the Red Monarch crown and cape. So there was actually a blue counterpart to this, but the red one was the one that got through. Maybe next week we see blue, we shall see. But yeah, as I said last week, baseball caps, we really don't get many of them. And with a sheer lack of acceptances, we pretty much see all of them go up in price. It's nice. They don't really go up to insane prices, but you'd expect that to do a very good job of retaining its price. But the very next week we get this. But at the very least, it's very gimmicky. It's very, very, unique. And it's very, very, very funny that today we had the medieval RP event from Mr. Rexmore and Mr. Jack Shepherd. I was taking part in that. It was fun. It was fun. So, yes. Do you like it? Do you think it looks cool? And I should point out, Mr. Shino and Mama, they've actually made some more skins to accompany it. Not those. Not for Valentine's, I'm sorry. But there was more. I'm pretty sure they made some before this that was in theme with what they had. Yeah, there's the jacket, the sword. What else is there? There's the crown. Yeah. So there might be more of this. There might be like an interesting clothing set. I can't say primitive because cap and jackets. All right, fair enough. So let's just close that. So, okay, there could be more to it maybe, or it could just be this. The cap is selling at $1.49, not the standard 99 cents. Of course, we have the cape there selling at, $1.99, not the normal 99 cents for a clothing skin. But, yeah, that jacket, bit concerned. Just had a cape for the Lunar New Year. It's already down in price. Barbarian jacket. I was hoping to see the hoodie and pants today. Maybe next week, we shall see. But yeah, overall, with the skins today, it was quite a nice like mix and match of early picks and late picks. Not many typical picks, which is a bit odd. But anyway, with this, okay, cool. It was on the workshop for a while. We had Valentine's away. Face Punch liked it. They picked it out. Still in that medieval theme, I guess. So, shall we go ahead and show it off properly? So yes, bask in amazement at my glory. Libera, I am the true king. Yes, look at me. So regal, so nice. Well, my character's actually a woman, so I'm technically a princess. But yeah, looking very good. Now, during the event, I made sure to get these skins as soon as possible, and I passed them round to the kings in the server. And yeah, they're all wearing them. They like them. They appreciate them. It looks cool. So, what are your thoughts? Do you reckon something like that could work out very nicely just based on being able to run around in the server and act like a king and look down upon everybody else? It's a great feeling. It's a great feeling. Maybe you only care about the cape. You want to wear a different type of hat. I mean, sure, that's totally fine. You might want to mix and match and, have some fun with this. But yeah, what are your thoughts? Feel free to comment below. And chat, feel free to comment what you believe. And let's go ahead and quickly turn off the lights. Give that a good look. Maybe we could also turn off the modelling stage just to get, a good idea that, hey, does it have anything like that? No, it does not. Would be kind of cool if the crown glowed a little bit, the radiance of my glory. But no. So, okay, cool. So, yeah, that is that. A nice, cool-looking idea. Perfectly befitting. But you know what? We need more peasant-themed clothing and armour. I've seen it being produced. Face Punch. We can't just all be kings. Certain people, well, they were born to be, the poor. But yeah, I think we need to see some more peasant-style clothing, and that'd be a very cool new addition, especially for this medieval, month. Right then, so that's looking all right. Questioning whether they're going to be nice investments, though. The cap more specifically, I'm more intrigued about, but the cape, that Twitch drop could be a bit of a problem. So let me just tab out of here real quickly. So bringing this up, the jacket, as you can see, it's the Wilneth and Sear jacket from last year. Now that's probably more of a, man on the move, a nomadic type of man. But still, it's very, very, very similar. So, I mean, you can sit there and say, well, that hasn't got like all the cool fluff part, But yeah, all right, cool. So let's just quickly close that. I prefer the cap. I prefer the crown. Yes, turns out a cap was actually produced before, that Valentine's cap. So, all right, that took me by surprise. But I just don't see that many caps being produced every single week. With the recent batch of skins, I don't think I saw one. It's usually boonie hats, if anything, if you can have like some sort of hat. Maybe other skin creators will take notice now, and then maybe they'll go ahead and make their own caps. Maybe we'll start seeing a lot more of them. It's nice to see some variety in different things appearing. I will sit there and say that, but as investments, you have to be a little bit careful now. You have to question what's happening now. But that crown, don't think we'll be seeing another crown-style skin anytime soon. So that right there, keep an eye on it. It's abnormal as well. So if you don't fully understand what abnormals are, we had the abnormal barders last night. Consider watching this video for the first 5 minutes. You'll get a general idea of how things work. And then you can skip ahead to the actual barders chapter. There you go. Give that a good look. And after watching all of that, you'll understand that abnormals, it's a useful time advantage. Jump in, put those barders down, and potentially you could pick those up for a much cheaper price in the future. That is the smartest way to go about it. And if you're really not sure if those skins are actually do a very good job of maintaining their price, barders are definitely the way to go about it. Cool. So I feel like we've said more than enough in regards to that. Let's now move on and talk about and showcase the Black Ops SAR. So, not surprised by this. Zolodno and Kolotinsky, they get their SAR accepted very quickly, and it's a cool looking design, but I can confirm to you they are actually already working on a Thompson. I thought the Thompson was going to come out before the SAR. It's taken me a bit by surprise, but we are in a very similar spot now with, Commando. So let's just quickly remember Commando, because Commando is another black set with a useful red aim sight for all their weapons and whatnot. And, well, that SAR is currently down to $1.50. Sold at $2.49, selling at $1.50. And, of course, the main thing that we're going to want to compare to is the Blackout SAR. That's probably still pushing up to $6. It might have gone down by now. Oh, it's still about $6. Cool. Interesting. So, this is, like, the go-to option. If you're looking for a skin that's actually going to maintain its price, that would be better. Blackout skins are much more favourable. They tend to hold their value much, much better. So, okay. All right, fine. But when you look at this, the new SAR here, the Black Ops SAR, it's a bit shiny. It's quite a lot more shiny. So, shall we now jump in, showcase them, and you'll get a good idea of what I'm trying to explain. All right, so we're in game, and get a good look at that. I'm aiming down the sight, looking very shiny. Now, is that something that's a bit of a concern to you? You've got to be aware of that. It is quite shiny. And, of course, if we could just quickly do this. Yeah, quick look at it at night time. Does it stand out nicely for you? Would you just rather use names like, yeah. Give that a nice little inspect. Very nice, very cool. Right, so, as I said, you've got to compare this with the, the Commando SAR. Because that's not that shiny, is it? And you've got to really consider your preferences, because this is basically half the price. The brand new Black Ops SAR, $3. That right there, $1.56 in the Steam market right now. Awkward, yes. So maybe you might want to mix and match your weapons and whatnot. Or maybe if you've got the money, just go buy the Black Ops one. No, the Blackout one. But yeah, you could still buy the Black Ops one. Okay, Hedge, just showcase. Look, pretty much the exact same thing. Very nice, very useful for all environments. Nighttime go. And yeah, pretty much the exact same thing that we've just showcased. So what are your thoughts in regards to that? Got to read your comments, write them down. Anyway. Point made, I'm sure. So let's just go whip this out again, and let's now go strike a lovely pose on the stage. Come on now, don't be shy. And there we go. Look at that. As I said, very, very shiny. Look at that. But a cool looking design. And I do expect Thompson potentially being next. I am fully well aware, having seen their Twitter, that is expected to happen fairly soon. And it very likely will be the next skin. So more weapons on the way. Now, here's another thing that I have to kind of get into your heads. First of all, nighttime. Wow, look at that. Oh, yes. Perhaps it's a lot less shiny when it's nighttime. That's a cool looking effect there. That looked quite nice. Anyway, this appears to be following in the footsteps of the Black Diamond collection. Yes, I have to remember the collection. Sorry about that. So, of course, with the Black Diamond collection, it started off with, well, AK-47. That sold at $4.49. Now, initially, it went down in price. Kind of suffered a fair bit. Bit awkward. But then it had a couple more weapons. Then it had clothing and armour. Then it started to go into deplorables. Not too long ago, with the backpack, the sleeping bag. So, what I'm trying to say is, this looks like it might be following the footsteps and potential success of what the Black Diamond collection had. So, shall we hop out of here real quickly? So immediately, here we have the Commando SAR. I wasn't joking. That is sitting on the Steam market right now, $1.56. You could probably put down a barter, maybe get a little bit cheaper, because, there are 6 of them. But anyway, point made. Be a bit, questionable. Like, are you super satisfied with what you see here? Then by all means, if you want a skin, if you like it, go buy it, treat yourself, support the skin creators as well, because I know for sure they will be, they're going to continue making more and more weapons, more and more Black Ops will be produced. Let's see if Facebook wants to accept it. But yep, Black Diamond collection. Let's just go quickly see how that rolled out. So you know how I said that there's a Thompson on the way? Well, take a look at this, and what do we see? AK-47, LR300. Oh, I thought it was a SAR. Oh well, still the point remains. Few weapons after the AK, got the clothing armour. Zlodno, Kolotinsky, if you do it that way, you'll probably succeed and you'll probably be very happy. Looks like Face Punch is always keen for a nice cool looking black set every single year, and looks like you have that position now. So put out some lovely exquisite pieces and people will enjoy it. Cool, so there is some pretty good things ahead of time. They might sit there and say, but Hedge, some of these skins are down in price. They are now, during post-Christmas, during January time, during a month or so ago. That was doing much, much better, all right? And those prices, whew. And that AK, rarely do you see an AK work out ever so nicely, especially when they sell at such a price like that. So just point that out. So yes, with this, and of course, when you look at that AK from a couple of weeks back, might be down in price at the moment, but pretty interesting things potentially on the horizon. So we'll see how that plays out. Now, let's move on and talk about the Protector Garage Door. And hey, cool, a $3.49 garage door, yippee. But the same thing happened for that sheet metal double door, and that went all the way up to $6 during January time. So, alright, fair enough, not going to complain. But I will bring this up. With the Protector sheet metal door, when I first saw it, I was like, gosh, you've got to be careful about this. We already have the Junkernaut sheet metal door, which was pretty much the exact same thing with the same amount of transparency, and of course it glowed in the dark as well, but it went all the way down to $1. Sold at $3, went all the way down to $1. I also brought up that we also happen to have the Bombshell sheet metal door and the Bruceless sheet metal door. And well, they were a little bit more pricey, but people like them a lot more, and they, do a much better job of retaining their price and whatnot. So why am I bringing this up all of a sudden? Well, that did go down pretty badly. But with this garage door here, immediately you might sit here and say, okay, well, things are different, right? Well, let's quickly go showcase some garage doors of the past, because by default, another garage door. Yippee! Hey, I think this one will probably be a little bit more special, but we have to be a little bit cautious with how we approach it. So in the past, you may recall we've had the Bruceless garage door. And, oh, look at that. It's currently selling at $7. Well, what? Yes, that sold at a price of, what was it, $4. Now it sits there at $7. And it looks like it's just going to keep slowly rising up in price from here and now. If I scroll down a little bit more, you might also happen to see the Bombshell garage door. That's now pushing up to $8. What? Now, I think people appreciate a good garage door, some transparency and glow in the dark. What do you reckon? But then again, last year we also happened to see the Junkernaut garage door. And where are you, good sir? I'm trying to find you. Oh, there you are. $1.42 after sending up what? $2.99? Were you $4? Oh my, it was $4. Oh, but yeah. So last year I thought this same type of behaviour could have happened to that. Transparency is perfectly fine. The glow in the dark was perfectly noticeable. Did not work out that nicely. So these two here, all right, that's very nice. That's very cool. But don't assume this brand new garage door is going to do the exact same thing. And yes, I know I did bring up how the sheet metal door kind of went up in price ever so nicely and comfortably, but even then you still have to be a bit cautious with these things. There will be more garage doors. Hell, there might be even more garage doors that happen to have a lot of transparency and glow in the dark, but as a Twitch drop, so that'd be completely free. Oh dear, yes. And we have seen that happen. In fact, last year, we saw that head height transparency garage door. What was it? Rustified garage door? I'm trying to remember what one it was. It's the big red one, yeah, Rustified. Head height transparency, very noticeable glow in the dark, given away for absolutely free. So, yes, there are expected to be a lot of garage doors this year, like all the previous years. And as we keep seeing more and more and more garage doors, oh dear, it's harder for them to maintain interest. It's harder for them to maintain the price. So yeah, right then, so yeah, a bit awkward showing out actually showcase that skin. Let's go and do that right now. Right, so here we are, and just wanted to show this off. So to actually notice like the transparency, you're going to have to stand on something. I've got my nice useful little table here, but yeah, if I were to just quickly remove that in a second, you'll see that you can't really see anything. So yeah, this is something that we've noticed with the other protector doors, the sheet metal double door, the single sheet metal door. It's nice to have it, but you can't really see anything. So what's the point in having the transparency? Right, let's just quickly destroy you. So let's just go do that. Okay, you're flat. I'm going to go over to here, put my back over to there, and here we are. Let's just go down. Get a good look at that shine. Very, very reflective. Lovely piece of work. And if we could just quickly turn off the lights, so off we go. You will see that it also happens to be very reflective with the lighting that we have on the stage. Very cool. A nice, interesting approach. And if we could just quickly... There we go. It does light up ever so nicely at night time. And if you're curious, you're probably wondering, does it happen to glow when it's rolled up? It does. Faintly, but it does do it. So let's just go ahead, quickly roll that up. You have to go pretty underneath it to notice it. Yeah, you can see that, I'm sure. It does glow. Just isn't super, 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 super bright. Right then, so what are your thoughts in regards to that? Do you like what you see? Do you reckon it's worth the $3.49? Because, well... maybe you're thinking, you know what, maybe I could look at the others. Maybe I could make a consideration. So, why don't we actually go ahead and do a little bit of a, comparison. So, yes, those two here, they happen to be a little bit more pricey. And this right here, well, it's quite a bit more favourable in terms of the price. So, yeah, let's go ahead and, just move the sun around a little bit more. Let's give that a good look. And we'll take a quick look at these two. So, first of all, head height transparency, no. Head height transparency? No. A little bit better, but no. But hang on a minute. Oh, yes. And we all remember that one, don't we? That is the Twitch drop that came out last year. A very nice and helpful garage door indeed. And if you're ever like, oh, but other people could see me. Well, you're the one who has the spray can. Right, quick look at night time. They all happen to glow in the dark ever so nicely. Very, very notable and noticeable is what I'm going to say, sorry. But yeah, that might not be something you like, but yeah, it's there. You can see it clearly. So let's just quickly get up nice and close. Observe each and every single one. Bombshell, garage door, the most expensive of all of them. We have the brutalist, quite not very appealing looking, but there's beauty in that. And of course we have the cheapest option. We have the Junkernaut, the transparency there, probably much more favourable to what we've just showcased over there. But this right here, absolutely free. But if you didn't get it, you're probably not in a very good spot. Then you probably can't be able to get that anymore, can you? No. So yeah, is this looking very appealing now? Well, there you go. So it is what it is, but I want to make sure that you're fully well aware of the options, and if you want to jump in and, you know, invest into a skin, I'd like to make sure that you're fully well aware of what else is available and whatnot. So there are other options, and usefulness, whilst it's there, kind of have to, you know, put a little ledge up and whatnot. But maybe it's perfectly fine for you, and if that's the case, then by all means, buy it, use it, enjoy it, support the skin creator, keep them nice and motivated, keep put nice creative designs in the future. What will be next? Well, I'm actually kind of don't know. Maybe a wooden double door, maybe a single wooden door, an armored double door. We shall see. But you know, there's potential. Boom! Right, get a good look at that. So yeah, would you like to have this in your base? Are you a fan? Do you like what you see? Well, you're going to have to tell me. Comment below, because yeah, if anything, I think the smartest approach is to do the abnormal barders first, especially with a $3.49 price. More pricier doors kind of have a bit of a problem in maintaining their price. Well, that's just Rust skins in general, if anything. But it does look cool. I think the skin creators have done a lovely job. But from here on now, what's next? Well, you maybe move the sun a little bit better so you get a better look at that. But yeah, alright, cool. So it's up to you what you do now, but I'm going to move on and showcase the next skin. And to our surprise, more anime has appeared, yes. Popstar LR300 was an early pick. I literally just showed this off like a few days ago, and lo and behold, the devious little anime girl has succeeded. Look at her laughing. Right, quick look at night time. Get a good look at that. Yep, aim down. So this is our first LR300 for the year, but by default LR300s. Ugh. Right, so people don't seem to like them as much, do they? No. But we have got the second weapon skin of this collection. First, of course, being the AK. We can look forward to more anime-themed skins from here on now. Probably keeping the same sort of side style, but maybe with every aim down the sight, we're going to get some sort of mysterious... Look at it. Right, anyway, so that's looking cool. But like I said, LR300s aren't the best thing to consider investing into, and I'll showcase that right now. So over to here, one quick look, and what you see, not a lot of positivity. No. So last year, we only got 7 skins. The year before that, we got 10. The year before that, we got 16. Like, over the years, we've been getting less and less and less, and that's probably due to the lower and lower usage. It's unfortunate, but the skins definitely reflect that. So overall, over the past few years, we've only had a couple skins work out nicely. All the other ones down in price pretty badly. So the Abyss LR300 isn't down that bad. But this is just barely over $1. This is under $1. That's just about $1. That is half the price. This over here is just over $1, just barely over $1, just barely over $1. So yeah, these skins don't seem to work out very nicely. I'm curious to see what happens next. Like I said, Popstar, it looks like it could be a brand new, like, interesting collection. Now, technically speaking, the skin creator actually got like that Christmas sheet on the door as well. We could have seen a Valentine skin today if it were to be a second week, but anyway. Looks like Mr. RR3 has definitely got an actual collection now of anime girls. So, what would you like to see next? Thompson? SAR? L96? Would you like to see different designs as well? Feel free to express yourself. Feel free to offer your opinions. I know a lot of people are just going to say, no more anime. Well, tough luck. It's happening. So, alright, cool. You're probably better off with a barder, but by all means, if you like it, go support the skin creator, keep the nice and motivated, to keep wanting to put out nice creative designs in the future, consider purchasing it, treat yourself, alright, cool. So, that is abnormal. We could do barders next Wednesday. I'm probably thinking of just doing a barder. I'm thinking a little bit like, with, you know, some logic, sorry to say, but yeah. Now, if we quickly go back over to here, there you go, a lovely looking view, very nice, very cool. But like I said, what weapon would you like to see next? Feel free to comment below. And maybe we should go ahead and showcase the next skin. So, oh, what's that? It's another hammer. So yeah, good look at that. A nice down-to-earth medieval themed hammer. Very nice. Very nice. Well crafted. Lovely specimen. But interesting thing, over the past few years, we did not see that many hammer skins being accepted in Rust stores. There's been a few, but it's a bit odd because you're always using a hammer. You're always building up your base. What gives? Don't know. Bit odd, but that's just how Face Punch have approached that. But clearly you can see, doesn't glow in the dark. Yep, very obvious. Very obvious to see. So what are your thoughts? Well, personally with mine, if this is it, if that's it, no more hammers this year, I still think that could work out perfectly fine. I know we have the Harbour Seal hammer, and we'll talk about that in a bit, don't you worry. But if Face Punch turn around and say, you know what, hammers are pretty cool, let's go accept 20 of them this year. Well, that might be a bit concerning. So nearly all the hammers that exist have gone up in price ever so nicely due to a sheer lack of, new skins, sheer lack of... not much of a contest to maintain your interest. There's still quite a variety, and there was plenty of skins that accepted in the past, but a lot of those didn't sell that much, so yeah, they've graciously risen up in price. We have had Twitch drops, but I think it's more like skins that are tradable, whatnot, that are going to impact. So let's now hop out of here very quickly. Now, just to repeat, that hammer right there, it's not abnormal. So we're just going to have to look at the sales next Wednesday and make a consideration for how we're going to approach it. But that was the same situation with the Harbour Seal hammer. So that hammer right there, it's done a very good job of maintaining its price. The recent gingerbread hammer, if you can recall, we got that for Christmas time. A lot of the Christmas skins, they've gone down in price pretty badly, as expected, as we approach the Easter time. But it's only down by 13%. So clearly you can see hammers do a very good job maintaining their price. And as we scroll down, oh, look at all that. Pretty much every single one of these hammers, all of them are in the positive, every single one. Maybe it's a bit different for, how much certain ones are compared to others and how high they are, but point remains. So, okay, cool. Things are looking very good, but it has to kind of stay like this. No more hammers. Now, do you reckon skin creators have noticed and thought, wow, I should go make a hammer now, because we've got another one accepted so early this year? I mean, they very likely will. Hammers are fairly uncommon in terms of skin submissions in the workshop. I see it happen quite a bit, but again, no acceptances really. So, okay, we'll see how it goes. By default, I am looking at this hammer potentially as the best thing to chase after in terms of what potentially might be the best investment. I don't expect it to be huge profits. If you were to sit here and say, reliably, what's probably the best thing to put your money towards out of all these skins this week, it'll probably be the hammer. But things can easily change. Face Punch can change their tune and say, you know what, let's go accept lots of hammers now. So be a bit concerned about that, sure. But I don't think it's selling that much, especially when you see it's the 6th best-selling skin so far. So, all right, fair enough. We'll see how things play out. But if you like it, you go buy it. You go treat yourself, right? Sounds good? Cool. Let's now talk about the Ultramarine hoodie and pants. And that just so happens to be the final core piece for the Ultramarine collection. So I'm sure you're well aware that the deplorable collection part of this is doing very, very nicely at this moment. And, of course, we've got the Tier 3. We got the Tier 2 somewhat recently, and now we have that ever so lovely pair of hoodie and pants. But if I could just quickly go over to here and showcase all the Ultramarine clothing armor skins that already exist in the Steam market, they've been bought out. Prices rebound and gone back up again. So look at the face mask, it was kind of stagnating a little bit. Oh, look, brand new hoodie and pants. Sparks in demand. So yeah, people jumped in, bought out stock, and the price is doing very good again. With a full, interesting blue design, I know people are going to appreciate it. Now you're probably going to sit here and say, does this collection glow in the dark? No. The clothing and the armour does not glow in the dark. The deplorables do, but not the clothing armour. Right? And we'll show that off in a bit, don't you worry. So yep, here we have the kilt. I sat there and said, when I saw that Tier 2, I can't help but assume we'll see hoodie and pants eventually. I bought 50 of those. I could sell them for some sweet, delicious profit right now. But you might also sit there and say, what about boots and gloves? Well, what about boots and gloves? We'll see. Yeah. I'm pretty sure the skin creator will be doing that fairly quickly. Maybe a jacket, either one will do perfectly fine. But yeah, these are starting to improve. These are starting to work out quite nicely, but more specifically that kilt. I don't like that kilt. Anyway, so the buyouts have happened. The prices are improving. But the only thing that's going to really help out these hoodie and pants now are either going to be a jacket or boots and gloves. I think boots and gloves would be a little bit better. Anyway, we also have to keep in mind, how much is this going to sell in comparison to the Tier 3 and the Tier 2? So the tier 2 sold a little bit more compared to the tier 3, if you can remember. Tier 2 did 10,600 subscribers, but the tier 2 overall on average did about 12 to 13,000 subscribers. A little bit more, but it wasn't like a destructive amount. It wasn't like that did like 18,000 subscribers. No, it's just a couple thousand more. That's fine. If this does between 10 to 13,000 subscribers, all of that should be good. I hope to see it remains fairly in demand. Hopefully it does. We don't have that many blue sets, do we? And, you know, the deplorables are doing very good at the moment. I wouldn't be surprised if we probably see some more weapon skins being produced. Like, I was aware of the grenade, but we'll see how things turn out from now. Boots and gloves are definitely like the best thing to look forward to if this creator's listening. Right, should we go showcase this right now? Let's go ahead. So, get a good look at that mountain in the background, and get a good look at this very nice pair of pants. Quite shiny, yes indeed, but does not glow in the dark, just to clarify. And as we rise up, move around to the sides. Looking very nice. And there we go. Get a good look at that. It's kind of like a cool mosaic type of design. Yeah. What are your thoughts? What do you think? Do you like... And of course, just to quickly emphasize that this does not happen to glow in the dark, I will also turn off the stage lights in a second because it seems to be a little bit broken. There we go. Ta-da! So no, it does not glow in the dark. If you're concerned about that, they do not glow. Main stage also has no lighting as well. There you go. Complete darkness, no reflection, and of course, no glow in the dark. Cool. Right, so yeah, what are your thoughts? Do you like it? Well, you know what? Why don't we go ahead and pair this up with the tier 2 and the tier 3 as well? And here we are. Get a good look at that. What are your thoughts? Do you already own the armour? Did you keep a hold of it, expecting hoodie and pants like I did? Oh, what a glorious day for some sweet, delicious profit. But you might be also wondering, is it a good time to sell right now? Well, if the prices of those skins are at a point where you're like, oh, the profit seems really good, then yeah, by all means, go for it. Like, if profit's good, grab it. Put that profit towards more interesting new adventures for other potential things to invest into. If you worry about prices all the time, you're probably never able to be happy. Right then, shall we now also showcase the tier 3? Well, give me one quick moment because give that a good look at night time as well. Yeah, looking pretty good. Looking nice. What are your thoughts? Right, let's go whip on the tier 3 as well. And here's tier 3. Give that a good look. Paired up with the kilt. Paired up with the hoodie and pants, we got ourselves a fully established, complete collection. Yeah, boots and gloves as well would be nice, but, you know, all the core pieces is good enough, surely. So, all right, cool. It's nice to see that it's been, made itself nice and complete. It's nice to see that it's looking ever so nice. And also, just to really get the point across, it does not glow in the dark whatsoever. None of those pieces glow in the dark whatsoever. All right, so no complaining. Okay. So that's nice to see, but the main thing with those hoodie and pants are it has to sell a reasonable amount in comparison to what already exists, of course the tier 2 and tier 3, and boots and gloves would be a huge, huge help, for sure, 100%. So we'll see how that plays out. So, all right, you don't have to rush into buying them. They're both abnormal. We can wait till next Wednesday. We can make considerations for how much is sold by then, make considerations for what prices to offer. But I think it's going to be fairly the same as the other clothing armor pieces in terms of sales. Should be pretty okay. So, all right, that's, optimistic. So, shall we now move on and talk about the next skins? All right, let's go ahead and do that right now. All right, so we've got a gimmick small box, the large small box. Okay, so what is this? It's literally that. Produced by Epic and Smoothie. Alright, fair enough. Not sure if you could do any more of this, I guess, but we'll see. So, okay, we've had some, gimmick small boxes with, the workbenches and whatnot. The actual crates and loot boxes we have inside the game. Is that enough for you? Do you think that's good for your fun and you need it? I don't know. Plus, small boxes in general, how are they currently holding up? Hedge takes a look. He sees with his own eyes. Oh, dear. Well, that's technically holiday themed, so sure. That's pie. Ah, you'd think with the upcoming cooking update, Pie Box might be beloved. Or maybe people haven't realised it yet. And over to here, last year, wow, Forest Raiders, you're down. Nukram, ooh. Most of the neon small boxes as well. That's not too surprising. With the amount that sold, not too surprising. But overall, these small boxes aren't looking very good at the moment. No. So now we have a gimmick box. It's a large box. Okay, sure. Not sure if that's something that everyone's going to go crazy for. Considering it's the second lowest skin so far, I guess it's probably not. Sorry to say, but could see. So, all right, then, let's go ahead and showcase this. All right, so here we are. Look at that. It's an interesting looking design. And, of course, you might notice I also happen to have the large box over there. So here's Big Daddy. So, am I really going to inspect? Yeah, here we go. Look at that default box. My word. So, yeah, what are your thoughts? Does it do a very good job? And you're probably wondering, hey, do these happen to glow in the dark? No, come on now. Come on now. No. They had to commit to it, all right? So, fair enough. Sure, we'll accept that. But I just don't really see that much going for it. Maybe it might not sell that much and ends up working out quite nicely in the future. All right, by all means, that's fine. You know, it's a fun gimmick. It's silly. Maybe there's a few people out there that, you know, enjoy the silliness of it, but I don't really think that'll be holding up very nicely. I think it's going to follow suit like lots of other small boxes in the past, where it's just going to probably end up going down in price. How low will it go? I don't know. But it is abnormal, right? That is abnormal. So we can, you know, approach that. We should be fine. Fingers crossed, hopefully. So let's just quickly tab out. But it is $2. I think that's probably going down to $1, I'm afraid. I'm sorry to say. But again, the sheer lack of sales could still work out ever so nicely for it. But I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm sure you probably understand. So, hey, if you like it, you go treat yourself. But if you look at it as an investment, wait until next Wednesday at the very least. Keep an eye on those sales. And now let's talk about the Night Backpack. So this is a completely brand new skin creator that I've never even heard of. They've quite literally only made these skins. So, okay. Fair enough, sure. So, back out of here. Let's go ahead and take a look at this real quickly. So, medieval theme backpack, night backpack. Fair enough. But the amount of backpacks we have seen in such a short amount of time. So, we'll kind of have a bit of a streak of no backpacks for a while, but it didn't last long, did it? No. So, that was like 2 weeks. So ever since we had the very first few, it's just been backpack, constantly. Okay, well, as you can see, it's kind of developed into a bit of a problem. Pretty much all of them are in the negative, except this one and this one that only just became like marketable. So, all right, cool. Not exactly looking super great. Do not be surprised to see that this is the lowest selling skin. People are fatigued. They have had more than enough backpacks, yet Facepunch just keeps wanting to force feed them more. You'll enjoy these. Where's the small backpack skins, huh? Come on. But anyway, it was the newest item to become skinnable, and they just can't stop themselves. And before, people kept buying them. Understandable, but now it is really noticeably slowing down. So maybe the skin creators might take notice. But then again, he got his first ever skin accepted, and it was a backpack. So, hello, Mr. Clam Slammer. Do you want another backpack in your life, or would you like to see other things? Feel free to comment. So, first of all, let's actually go ahead and showcase this. So, let's go ahead over to here. Get a good look at that. Now, it is mostly brown, which potentially might be interesting. Why is that? Because, we had that Nomad backpack that's currently doing a pretty good job of maintaining a nice, positive price. Well, you could look at this and, say, you know what, maybe I could just use this instead. Maybe, let's just move the sun around as well, get the other side. It is a little bit more colourful, of course. Yeah, that is noticeable. But maybe from a distance it doesn't matter. Do you like what you see? Do you have a little shield on your back? It's perfectly fine what it is, or a little compass there as well. But, yeah, I don't really expect much with it, because, like I said, we're a bit fatigued with options. We're a bit fatigued with, well, just tons and tons of backpacks. Do you even skin your backpacks? That's another thing I should start asking people. So, yeah, no more backpacks. Well, there you go. Yeah, said it. The Slammer of Clams has said it. So, there you go. Right, so that's it. Feel free to comment below today with all the skins that you enjoyed, or the ones that you question a fair bit. If there are items that you think need to get more skins, feel free to comment as well. I'd love to hear what you would like to see more of. Water purifiers. Right, so let's tab out of here and discuss some other interesting details. Like what new things are on the horizon. Now, a lot of people recently have been asking me, when should I buy the skin I really want? Whether it's Forest Raiders or Blackout, something like that. I'm actually starting to question that a lot now. Because with February, we had the very cool primitive update. Fair enough, I understand. A lot of people are very curious, want to jump in. They seem to be enjoying themselves because the average player count for this month has held up very strongly. It's doing a very, very good job. And if the player count don't really go down that much, we're probably not going to see that player dip where there's, a lack of interest in skins for a while. I don't know if we're going to actually see skins go down that much. Now, it has happened. It has happened. There was some very nice high highs with the recent post-Christmas. During January, a lot of skins rose up ever so nicely. Quite a lot of them have dropped off. But I've also noticed quite a lot of skins have stopped going down in price. They've actually kind of started to curve back upwards. Ooh. Maybe, you know, the actual Easter time. Like I said, it's usually between March and April where things are very noticeably down bad a fair bit. You know, we could be a little bit more patient. But I've got to point out, February has been phenomenal. Last year's February was like, I'll just go down by quite a lot. I give up. You know, only 153,000 compared to the previous month's 190,000 peak player count. Well, you know, 259,000 was the previous month, and then we got 232. There's still a bit of a drop-off, but that's still turned up and worked out nicely. So, we shall see. A good update helped it out quite a lot. Now I have to bring up March. So, I'm sure many of you are well aware that with the primitive update, we probably don't maybe have anything big coming out fairly soon, you'd think. So, I'm sure you've seen on Twitter, over to here. So there's the abnormal bard of it. Sorry. We have been seeing interesting things being mentioned, and I'm not 100% sure, but these actually might be ready for March. I know. So, yep, here's the brand new tech tree. It seems to be the engineering workbench. So a lot of the electricals and interesting, technology will have their own special workbench, it seems. Very nice, very cool. So that's one of the things that's being, introduced. And, of course, I'm sure many of you are well aware with the cooking update, there's also the introduction of bees, beehives, honey, all that, and a bee grenade. So, bees! Like a evil wizard, just throw the bees at them. You have to jump in water to evade them. So, okay, that's cool. But, that's really good. Try to get people out of a certain area, just throw bees at them. Yeah. Crowd control. So that's looking pretty cool. All right, cool. And then we have the actual cooking update, along with various other things to do with food. So you're going to be able to cook pie. You're going to be able to cook. You're going to be able to produce some more tea. We've got some interesting looking flowers for triangle planters and whatnot. And fridges are looking to become a necessity. You have to power them up with electricity, one slot. But if you don't keep your food refrigerated, it will rot. I'm not sure if the food rotting thing is going to be introduced next month, but there appears to be some things getting ready for it. Now, of course, there's also the chicken update with the chicken coops. Yes, we're apparently going to get some chickens of different appearance, and, of course, chickens that you can have in your coop. So, okay, that's cool. Looking pretty cool. So, yeah, you basically grab an egg, hatch an egg. You've got chickens. They keep making eggs. Very nice. And you can keep making pie. Very nice. Very useful. The pies are looking like they're going to have some very, very, very strange buffs. So over to here, this was just mentioned by Protox earlier. I've seen mentions that the apple pie is going to make you be able to see better at night, specifically when you chop trees looking at the X. But for the pumpkin pie, apparently it's going to give you a small extra chance of finding double loot. Okay, that's cool. Right, okay. So, not necessarily how do I say this? It's going to give me extra health. It's going to make me move and run faster and whatnot. No, potential double chance like that. So there's other things and other small bonuses. I'm not fully aware of all of them. But as I've been keeping an eye on the commits like I normally do, because of course if you want to be aware of all the interesting things that are on the horizon for Rust, and potential things that could affect skins. Like I said, fridges, well, keep an eye on the commits. So as I'm looking over to here, Mr. Patrick Mazzolo, he's the man who makes all the animations in the, for the gestures and whatnot, but he also does it for the little films, the trailers, and of course the things that you'd see, when in the main menu of Rust. Yeah, you know what I mean. Well, I'm looking at the March 2025 media, and I'm seeing that they're mentioning the crafting update. I think they're actually calling the cooking update the crafting update. So if I could just quickly go over to another tab here, crafting update, merge from cooking version 2. Merge, what? Yeah. And that says it's ready for March. That was a bit quick, yeah. So, are you looking forward to farming animals? And are you looking forward to being able to make more food? And are you looking forward to your food rotting? Yippee! But here's the thing, like I just said, you're going to need to use refrigerators now. No longer are they roleplay items, you need them, they're necessity. And you might have noticed a lot of fridges are starting to go up in price. So just to point this out, you might search for fridge on the Steam market, and you only see so many. What you don't realise is you don't actually see all of them. Not every single fridge has fridge in the name, I know. So if you go to here, if you go on scm.app and search for fridge, I typed it there, if I wait a quick second, there you go, fridge type, you'll actually be able to see all of them. And the recent lovely balloon cart is another fridge that doesn't have fridge in its name. So, yeah, and that didn't sell that much. We talked about that yesterday. That was actually the best thing to consider chasing after last night with the abnormal barders. But when you look at the recent Halloween one, there you go, Frankenstein egg fridge, that's pushing up to $4 now. The Christmas one for the previous year, 2 years ago, that's now pushing $4. Fridge from House pushing up to $3. Every single fridge has had moments of buyouts, and all the prices are improving. Just from going from role player item, whoever uses a fridge, put all my food in a box. Well, no, there's a lot more justification for running skins now. So we should also take this into consideration. Keep an eye on the workshop from now on, because you're probably going to start seeing a lot more fridge skins being produced. That is definitely to be expected. Well, makes sense, doesn't it? So, all right, cool. If you kept an eye on the commits, you'd have been aware of that. I've been talking about it a lot recently as well, so all right, just point it out. So back over to here. What else is something to look forward to? Well, bees, as I said, bees can be used to make beehives. They will have their honeycombs that you make use of, get some sweet, delicious honey and all that. But yeah, that's looking pretty good. And then we also have jungle ruins being mentioned a lot. Jungle ruins have been getting a lot of talk. So maybe they're really pushing for the jungle biome now. Like, I honestly thought the cooking update was going to be another couple months away. No, it looks like it's most likely going to be ready for, well, March. Yeah. So we'll see. But keep an open mind. Maybe it could get pushed back to April or something. But you never know. And then one final extra thing. Servers subscribe. This has been mentioned before. Special servers in which you have to pay a service, but you would have, from Facepunch specifically, moderators that will constantly keep track and make sure nobody's cheating, no one's using any naughty, programs to help them out. Like, there will be like an actual proper service there for them to moderate it. I'm not sure if this is it. Speculation, of course. Keep an eye on the commits and you'll probably see more mentions of it, because whilst they've suggested the idea, I don't think people are really upset. When you play Counter-Strike, when you play Ranked, you had to pay the service to be able to have the Overwatch and whatnot, so it'll keep track of, aimbotters and whatnot. People are fine with that. People don't care. I mean, all right, fair enough. So, is this a monthly service, or is this a one-time payment? We shall see. We don't know all the details, so keep an eye on the commits, all right? But I'm pretty sure they're going to be very open about it. Keep an eye on the Twitter as well, all right? So, yeah. So, that is essentially everything in regards to, Rust. I guess I could dedicate an extra little bit of time to talk about what else Facepunch is also working on. s&box. So if I could quickly go back over to here, look at my YouTube. You might have seen this video I made recently. If you haven't, give it a good watch because, well, s&box is, whilst it's still in development, they've put out some skins in this game, and immediately by default you're probably sitting there and saying, what? It's a game in early access and they've already released skins? Well, with good intentions, they need to test out their algorithm in which they pay people. What do you mean? So, s&box is, well, to be very, very quick and brief with you, do you know what Roblox is? That's what s&box is. But do you know what Roblox is? Gmod. Guess what this is? The spiritual sequel to Gmod. Gmod was Source 1, this is Source 2, made by Gary, quite literally. He also made Rust. Well, yeah, there you go. So, they are trying to introduce a system in which all proceeds from everything they sell from the skins in their store will then be the money that they dish out to the people that make the games. The games that get a lot more attention, that get played a lot more, well, they get more money. So, okay. It's going to be something which is very likely to develop into a proper economy. So they have to keep putting out more skins. And, well, of course, if people buy them enough, then, well, what do you reckon? And what they've also done is they've released limited time skins. So if I quickly go over to here real quickly, take a look at s&box's Twitter, you will see for yourself that they actually put an announcement for Valentine's, and these are still available, mind you. These are still available, that they had a limited time teddy bear set. Now, also quite recently, we also happened to see the Santa set. That's what I talk about in the video. That's gone. You can no longer purchase that in s&box anymore. But you can still purchase this. But they are limited. They are made to be limited. Now you might sit there and say, well, we have Rust skins like that all the time. True, but s&box isn't officially out yet, and technically speaking, there's only like 100 people that play it every day. It's not officially out, but you can get like developer access. Again, watch the video, you'll see how it's all done. So consider giving that a good watch. And why are you making such a fuss about this? Because, well, there you go. Valentine's Bearhead 2025, the body and the legs. Now you're going to sit there and say, but Hedge, I mean, it's a bit expensive, isn't it? Well, they sell for quite a hefty price in game. But if you were to go ahead and quickly take a look at those Santa skins that came out very recently, you'd be pleasantly surprised to see that they have gone up in price very, very nicely. So someone's done a bit of a buyout. The barters have improved. This sold for what, like $2, $3? Now it's selling at $7 there, $13 there. There you go. So if you care about, you know, seeing Facepunch potentially progress with another economy, consider looking at s&box, because these have already started to work out very, very nicely. Yeah. So consider watching the video. Keep an eye on the prices that I see in that video. Look at them again now, and you'll probably realise things have already started to kickstart and working out pretty good. So yeah, all right, a new economy on the horizon, and it's also made by Facepunch. So cool. And with the system they have, their current store is reminiscent of the old stores we used to see with Rust. So eventually, at some point, s&box is going to be in probably the exact same position where they rotate skins every single week. Cool. All right, so we'll see how that works. But as of now, it's limited time seasonal skins, and that's it seems. Sounds good? Cool. So thank you very much for watching me today. I greatly appreciate it. Sorry if I'm a bit, tired. I know, I'm not feeling super great. Plus, I've also had to go scream at people in the medieval roleplay event. It was all good fun, though. So, yeah, thank you very much for watching me. Greatly appreciate it. Catch you later. See you, goodbye.